Atlanta Bird Gang, what's happening? What's popping? What's going on, man? It's your dog Toddy checking in with a video, man. Hey, let's get straight to the business, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's not waste each other's time. Let's get straight to the business. You see the title. Will Matt Ryan return to the Atlanta Falcons to mentor Desmond Ridder? Or maybe I should have titled it, Should Matt Ryan return to the Atlanta Falcons to mentor Desmond Ridder? You know, I was, as I often do. I tell y'all, man. I be scrolling through these internet streets. Yes, I said streets. I was scrolling through this internet streets, and I came across a tweet that really propositioned this scenario of Matt Ryan returning to the Falcons to mentor Desmond Ridder. So I thought that would be something good for us to talk about, something for us to touch on. We're looking at the tweet right now here in front of us, or on the screen, I should say. This let's read it here together. This comes from Ryan Michael, and it says the Falcons should absolutely explore the possibility of acquiring Matt Ryan if they don't pursue Lamar Jackson or a first round QB in the draft. I don't feel Desmond Ridder is a long term solution, but learning under an all time great could be very beneficial. um, it's a lot to unpack here, and I'm gonna try to condense this. First off, Ryan Michael, I to be honest, I don't know a whole lot about the gentleman. From my research, I see he has written a few articles for Sports Illustrated. Um, First things first, calling Matt Ryan an all time great. That's a stretch of all stretches, So let's get that out of the way, first and foremost. But there's a lot to unpack here. Also, this tweet, as you see right here, I don't know if you can see this cursor, but it got over 222,000, views. He got 33 retweets and 635 likes. So, it made some noise in Falcons social media. One of the Atlanta Falcons pages also that cover one of the Atlanta Falcons Facebook pages also picked it up, and they talked about it as well. Let me actually pull that up, since I'm mentioning that. So it gained some steam, on Falcon social media. So we'll take a look at that right here as well. As you can see, and this is coming from Heavy on Falcons. Shout out to Heavy on Falcons. It says a reunion for the former Atlanta Falcons MVP could make sense. And right here, as you see, they quoted the tweet that we looked over just a moment ago. And I said, as I said, man, there is a lot. There's a lot to unpack here. Let me just cut to the chase and get straight to it. That's that. If we don't pursue Lamar, if we don't take a first round quarterback in the draft, as Ryan Michael said, and if we decide to go with Desmond Ridder, that would be one of the worst things that you could do to Desmond Ridder is to bring Matt Ryan back into the fold. And I'm gonna do my very best to not let any of my bias seep in my perspective here. And I'm gonna tell you why I say that's one of the worst things that you can do. If you're a Falcons fan, you already know Matt Ryan is very, very polarizing within the Falcons fan base. Very polarizing. He's really probably the most polarizing Falcon that we've ever had. Whether that be a good thing or a bad thing. And he also has a lot of fans still in Atlanta that love him dearly. You know, he still has some influence within the city of Atlanta. So if you're going to bring, if the Falcons decide that Desmond Ridder is going to be their guy, you can't bring someone so polarizing back into the fold. now that you're going into another direction with a new quarterback. You can't do that to your young quarterback. Now you're putting a lot of unnecessary pressure on him that you don't have to introduce to this equation by bringing Matt Ryan back. Even if you, even if you and Matt Ryan, well, when I say you, even if the Falcons and the Matt Ryan agree, hey, we're going to bring you back as a backup, you're going to be the mentor, yada yada yada. That's you're putting a lot of mental stress down on Desmond Ridder. A lot of mental stress on Desmond Ridder because now he's got to do this looking over my shoulder thing. You know, now he's gonna go out there. He's probably gonna start thinking too much. For first day of training camp, the first 10 questions are gonna be based around Matt Ryan and not what he did in the offseason. The first 5, 6, 7 weeks of the regular season, everybody's asking Matt Ryan questions. Hey, well, how does it feel to have Matt Ryan back? Hey, what is Matt Ryan? You know, and that should not be the focus. And also, a guy with such a big fan base in Atlanta like Matt Ryan is so polarizing. As I said, Desmond Ridder will have to play that looking over my shoulder thing, and he has a bad game or bad 2 games. Okay, now there's some pressure mounting up. Now you got all Matt Ryan's biggest fans coming out being vocal. Bring Matt in, bring Matt Ryan back, bring Matt Ryan back. That's a situation that you don't need in the locker room. When you move on, you moved on. There's no reason to bring that type of vibe or bring that type of energy back into our locker room with a new quarterback. Now, if you want to get him a mentor, all right, fine. If you want to get him a vet to mentor him and show him a little bit of the ropes, fine. But you don't bring in Matt Ryan. It's too much history there. Way too much history between Matt Ryan and excuse me, in the city of Atlanta and the Atlanta Falcons. That would be one of the worst things you could do to Desmond Ridder. Because automatically in the back of his head, he's thinking, "Why? They brought Matt back? Yeah, they don't think a lot of me here, do they? They brought Matt Ryan back." So that's not a component the Falcons need to introduce, and I'm sure they won't. Again, we're just talking about this because again, it was on the internet streets, and we just talking about it. And I felt the same way when Matt Ryan got when Matt Ryan's first few years in Atlanta. And those of you who remember, there were some people saying, "Hey man, when Vic got out of prison, bring Vic back to the Falcons." You know, when it was obvious that the Michael Vick and the Eagles were about to part ways, some people said, "Well, bring Vic back to Atlanta." No, for the same reason you don't bring Matt Ryan back to the Falcons when you have Desmond Ridder. The same reason you would not bring Michael Vick back to the Falcons when you have Matt Ryan. That era is gone. There were some great fun times during the Vic era, during the Matt Ryan era, but it's over. So the fans of Matt Ryan who I saw and I read their comments who are saying this is a great idea. No, it isn't. It's a terrible idea. It's a ludicrous idea. It's an absurd idea. That's the last thing you would want to do to your young quarterback is play mental mind games with him. And that would be a mental mind game that's totally unnecessary. That era of Falcons football is over. It was fantastic sometimes while it lasted with Matt Ryan here. 2016 season is a season I'll remember for the rest of my life, but it's over. You have to get over you have to move on past that. That is over. That you don't bring that back into your locker room. You don't do your young quarterback like that. You don't do it. Makes absolutely no sense at all. Matt Ryan don't even run the type of offense that we're gonna in the schemes that we're gonna be doing. That's not even his playing style that the Falcons are now doing, and I'm sure that we'll be doing moving forward. So if Ritter wants, if Matt Ryan would be a good mentor for Desmond Ridder, fine. Desmond, call him up, get his phone number. You both live in Atlanta. Take him out to lunch. Take him out for dinner. Let him mentor you in that capacity. You know, off the field mentor, like a lot of quarterbacks have in the league. Call him up. Hey man, how did you handle this? You know, how did you handle this? But no, not inside of the locker room. That's a terrible dynamic to introduce back. When it's over, it's over. Props to Matt Ryan. Um, no, depending on who you talk to, the greatest Falcon to ever play for Atlanta. Undoubtedly, top five greatest Falcon. You know, you can be one of Matt Ryan's biggest cynics, but you'd have to admit he's a top five greatest Falcon. So no shade throwing at him. I'm not trying to throw any salt on his name or anything. But that's a terrible idea, guys. You know, and like the people that I saw, you know, hey, it's a great idea. No, you're just being a Matt Ryan super fan. Get up. That phase is over with. It's over with. We can't bring that back. We can't, and we shouldn't bring that back. That energy is gone. You don't want to bring that energy back. You move forward. You don't look behind you and start moonwalking. Well, and it's it's just a bad idea for a lot of different reasons, man. Then as the Atlanta Falcons, you kind of look foolish because it's like, well, oh, why did he leave again? If you're gonna bring him right, why did he leave again? You know, it's a waste of a roster spot. It's a waste of a roster spot. Matt Ryan looks like he needs to be filing his retirement papers. So, yeah, we should bring Matt Ryan back for his Ring of Honor ceremony. When we all stand up, we give him his props, we salute him, we tip our hats, and we thank him for the great years. But as a mentor, as a member of the Falcons, no. If the Falcons choose to go with Desmond Ridder don't need that unnecessary noise from Matt Ryan's fans. They're his super fans. He don't need that unnecessary noise from the biased media who still love Matt Ryan. No, 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 no. You don't do the kid. You don't do your young quarterback like that. You'd be doing him a big disservice. And I would look at Terry Fontenot real funny if that's something that the Falcons did, which I'm sure they don't. You know, this is just Matt Ryan super fans being Matt Ryan super fans on the internet. Hey, but I could continue talking about this topic, but I think I've talked long enough. But y'all, give me your opinion on this, and give me your honest opinion. If you think I'm tripping and you think it's a good idea to bring Matt Ryan back to mentor Desmond Ridder, if Ridder ends up being a guy, tell me in the comments and tell me why you think it's a good idea. I'm like Uncle Steve say, I'm always interested to hear another perspective outside of my own. So if you feel like it's a good idea, don't be shy about it. Always feel free to disagree with me on anything that we talk about on this channel. In fact, I encourage it. That's how great dialogues happen. But let's go ahead and wrap this up, man. As always, make sure that you do subscribe to Atlanta Bird Gang. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you like this video. If you appreciate the content that we bring to you guys, make sure that you are subscribed. Also, make sure you hit that notification bell. And the reason you want to hit the notification bell because anytime we drop new content, YouTube will send you a notification. Hey, go check out the new video from Atlanta Bird Gang. So make sure you hit the notification bell, like the video. We on that 1,000 subscriber grind, man. We're almost there. Appreciate all the love as always. But let me get out of here, man. I'll see y'all the next time. I see y'all. Peace.